private school students consistently score well above national average. Ever since the adoption of school uniforms, private school students have excelled in their academic performance. With this said, how come public school students do not wear school uniforms? Research shows that students who are dressed like they are ready to learn oftentimes learn more and perform better in school. Throughout my speech, I will illustrate how school uniforms positively impact school by ensuring less violence, improving behavior, and promoting academic achievement. First, one of the main priorities of a school is to create a safe and comfortable environment for students. Violence in schools can be initiated by many factors such as shoes, clothing, and gang activities. The desire for another student's clothing or shoes often correlated with stealing or draining. According to the article, Dress for Success, the author states that school uniforms decrease violence over clothes because all students would be wearing the same thing. This means that with all students wearing the same clothing, it will reduce the chances of being hurt. Also, this reduces gang violence because it will be easy to differentiate between students and gang members. With the decrease in violence and gang involvement, students will feel safe and secure, thus excelling academically. Next, school uniforms positively correlate with student behaviors. Study shows that school uniforms disciplines the students. Ever since the implementation of school uniforms, there has been a decrease in drug usage and behavioral problems. According to Arnold Goldstein, a researcher at Syracuse University, promoting a sense of community allows troubled students to feel part of a supportive group. This means that school uniforms help students to support each other to do the right things. Also, in many schools without uniforms, students tend to rebel against their teacher due to the fact that they do not know who is in charge. Enforcing students to wear school uniforms helps students to see that they are the supporting group and the teachers are the dominant group. According to Chatterjee, an author in Psychology Today, over a 5-year span, school uniforms have decreased violence by 91%, suspension by 90%, sex offenses by 96%, and vandalism by 69%. These decreases illustrate that uniforms relinquish unwanted behaviors and encourage students to act more appropriately in school. Finally, over the years, researchers have found that school uniforms positively correlate with academic performance. When a student wears school uniforms, the school is automatically transformed into an educational workplace. Many believe this because of the increase in attendance and decrease in substance abuse and behavioral problems. According to Brunsma, the co-author of the article affects the students' uniforms on attendance, behavior problems, substance use, and academics. She believes that being in an area where students come to school daily and strive to learn from each other will increase performance dramatically. In the end, academic performance is increased by positive factors that school uniforms provide for students. While school uniforms obviously have a positive impact on schools, there are people who still argue that it either has a negative effect or no effect at all. In a way, this argument is true in that school uniforms do not affect students during the short run because it is dependent on other factors, such as decrease in violence and change in behaviors. But in the long run, once these factors are fulfilled, one will see an increase in performance. Also, some people believe that while school uniforms keep students safe because everyone wears the same thing, it takes away their individuality. While this is understandable, one should be able to notice the positive factors that school uniforms have on individuality. Roy Latham, a writer from Facts Plus Logic, states that there is a widespread agreement having an identical uniform is good for team psychology. This means that in the end, students will strengthen their individuality because students will be able to interact with a variety of students, thus making everybody a potential friend. Ultimately, the implementation of school uniforms help people realize that violence is unacceptable in school environments, improves behavior, and elevates academic performance. I believe that society could educate more people about the benefits of uniforms so that it may be enforced everywhere. In the end, school uniforms keep students' bodies safe while keeping their minds straight.